Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Funk thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got a nice little lesson. I'm gonna break down my right thinking mission statement where it says enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate. I'm gonna break each one down for you, give you a little understanding of what my concept of that is. How about that? So let's go. Rightism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission statement. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and then motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my girl, Maya, be true. Right thinkers. Let's talk about the four tenets or the four rules or principles of my right thinker philosophy. First one, enlighten. Second one, inspire. Third, educate. Fourth is motivate. Let's break them down one by one. It should be fun. I'll call them my principles, my rules that I live by, that I set to live by. I hold myself, first of all, accountable to follow them when daily in my life. I made this my life quest. As a master teacher, I have a planned lesson to give life lessons when daily. Orchestrate the little lesson here, put it together, format it, and give it to you daily, free of charge. But the goal is for me is to get somebody to get it, use it, implement it, and benefit from it. That's my mission. All right. My goal is to get, if I get one, once I see that thing go to one view, I'm happy. But I would prefer a lot more, but I take what I can get, and it ain't my decision. But I just do what I do. That's what I do for you. And I am a master teacher by nature and by design, by choice, but I'm a student in life. Why? That means I'm learning daily because I teach what I learn, and that's a constant cycle. Reciprocity. I learn to teach. I teach what I learn till they go together. Okay? One feed the other. And my personal thing, what makes me or my whole philosophy, what I do, works. Practicing what I teach makes what I teach real. I told you on the spectrum of emotion and aspects of your character, what rated the highest? Not love, not knowledge, authenticity, real. Your boy, pure real. I'm right where I need to be. Again, that ain't my concept, but that's why they break down. And guess what? My whole personal thing is me practicing what I teach. I keep it real with you. That's all I got for you. That's it. That's what makes it work. If I'm not doing this, this is a bunch of wasted time. If I'm not manifesting, I'm not doing the things I claim, it's a waste of both our time. And I ain't got time for that. Trust me. Enlighten, number one, enlighten. That is to, I went and got my little, Wikipedia definition. I get in the first one. After that, it's on me. I do that to make sure I'm in the ballpark with my definition. So yeah, enlighten. That means to give knowledge. I personally call it spiritual information. Okay, they had a whole bunch of other stuff. I ain't get paid about that. Okay, but that's the definition of enlighten. In order to enlighten someone, meaning give them insight, spiritual knowledge, you have to what? Be enlightened yourself first. I'm a student first. I studied for over 30 years. I only been teaching for 10. See? So I put more study time than I do teaching time. Why? I got to learn more than what I teach. I make sure I'm learning what I need to know before I start teaching it, not the other way around. Some people learn after they. No, my man, you're supposed to know that before you got here. You cheated. All right. Some people get away with that. Okay. Call them fakers. All right. But again, and I went in search of what I call enlightenment or the truth. What, over 30 years ago now. Okay. But when I found it, I put it to the test. Before I did anything, I had to test it. And I tested it, and I tested it, and I tested it. When I got done testing it, I said, okay, now I can teach somebody else this. And that's been my hook ever since. And I must not be too good at it because I ain't got nobody jumping up and down about it. So again, I just give the truth about life from my perspective. That's all I got. That's it. And that's authentic. That's right there. Real as I can get. And my spiritual enlightenment when it came. And that's what drove me to what? Try to enlighten another. When I was studying 20 years ago, I didn't think about teaching. I didn't care about none of that. I'm just learning. I'm just absorbing information. I'm just putting it to use. I'm practicing it. So I'm just a student. When I realized, my man said, listen, you good. What you mean I'm good? I ain't nothing I got for you. You got everything you need. You can go now. Go where? In Kung Fu. When I changed the orphan, he attended the Charlotte school as a kid, a baby. He was an orphan. So he spent his whole life in there. So he done mastered everything in there and did everything. And my man said, you got to go. Go. I don't know nothing else. In the words of my pastor. But when you've done something for so long, and what? It's time to share it. You accumulate it. I got all these books on my shelf. I'm going through book every month. I'm doing a book a month now, trying to just get that information. Why? It's there. I got it. I would just do something with it. Some of y'all like, some of you don't, but that ain't my decision. I'm just teaching. All right. But again, back to the concept. When you have something that's worth something, you want to share it. I study to acquire knowledge, self-mastery, to be able to now what? Teach and enlighten others with what I call right thinking philosophy. Mine's my way. I'm doing it on my terms. Well, I did their way. I'm doing my way. Good, let's go. I've been walking ever since. All right, still alone though. But to enlighten someone is to give them knowledge that they didn't previously have. That's enlightening them. You give them something that they didn't already have. If I'm teaching you what you already know, I'm not teaching you nothing. If I preach from that Bible, I'm not teaching you nothing. I give you stories and break it down my way and give you allegory. I see preachers do that. I don't do that. I'm not a preacher. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I understand that's what it is. I teach. Okay, again, a concept, principles of philosophy that you have to put the work in to find out if it work or not. Ain't got to worry about what you said. No. You can put it to use and find out. I'm telling you what I know. Again, I'm not here to debate or to argue. Next one, inspire. All my life, I was inspired by somebody. Aren't we all? Now, inspired. That means to what? To motivate someone to do something that they might not have done without your inspiration. Without you, they seeing you and doing something to help them motivate themselves. Okay, let's talk about that people. I got a few people who got me inspired through my life. All right. Number one, I was inspired by my teachers, John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Muata Ashby. Those are the guys who in Ashwa Squares, can't forget my dude. He's the Baba now, okay? And my man, Professor Small. These are the guys who I tutored and to listen to, learn from them, listen to them, read their books, followed their concepts, and understood everything I was being taught. And now I was just learning it. I didn't know I'd be teaching it. Again, I was inspired by my favorite, Muhammad Ali, to be what? My best self. and Malcolm. Keeping it real. See, with them combinations of inspiration, I can relate to them. They tangible to me. They're actual people who I encountered. Okay? Next one. I was inspired by that guy right there. Right there. Mm-hmm. To be what? A good man and a good father to that guy right there. I fulfilled that obligation thanks to him. Okay? He helped me with that. Not other stuff, but the main one I take, I say, a good man and good father. The rest of them, I can leave that go. Like my mom said, take what you like, let the rest go. So the a la carte, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Oh, I take that. Okay, so pick and choose what works for you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right, I did it, so it works. Next one is everybody who know me know this. I was inspired by George Clinton. Okay, to be what? Be my real self. Okay, I'm glad I can be myself. Thanks to George with Parliament Funkadelic, give me some funk. I know myself. I'm funky. I'm real. I am who I am. P Funk. Pure real. Ain't no cut. I don't do chases. I don't do cut. I'm going to give it to you one way, straight. All right. And last but not least, there's got to be a woman in there. Come on now. My dukes. All right. How about this? I just got to be, in all your messiahs, all your spiritual, Haru had two mothers. Jesus, two mothers. I have two mothers. I got a birth mother and I got a spiritual mother who nurtures me spiritually. How about that? I just got to tell her that when I talk to her today, I gotta let her know I got a nice little concept for her. She gonna love that. But yeah, the whole idea is when you be inspired by somebody. My mom, she taught me that what? Respect, integrity, and pride. Those are qualities that I learned from my mom. And those qualities kept me when I was doing a whole bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing, but okay, I was doing it. But I had a limit because what the intestinal fortitude that my mom put, I wouldn't cross a certain line. I'm not gonna no. I got to answer to my mother. no, I ain't doing that. My baby did what? I'm one of them guys. All right, with understanding. I was raised that way. My mother said, no, the deal was don't embarrass us. My parents didn't want to be embarrassed. So what that means is don't go out there and act the fool. I gotta be responsible for you. It ain't gonna be well for you. We all taught the same. I told my son the same thing. Don't embarrass me. Why? You know. Trust me, because you'll be embarrassed too. I will whoop anyway. I didn't care. Okay, so yeah, that's embarrassing. When you get your butt whooped out in public, that's embarrassing. But don't make me do it. I will. That's parenting again, old school. These kids today now, man, they talk trash to their parents. They don't give a crap. I see they got the little baby thing, the little toddlers. Man, what was it? Man, who made this crap? It tastes like crap. I said, your grandfather said, oh, good deal, Pop Pop. You know, you respect Pop Pop. See, when they don't respect, they just go in. So that's crazy. But that's what we headed with disobedient, disrespectful babies. The little kid with the wig that attracts me crazy. She put me this wig on. Oh, they just go in. But yeah, it's all for entertainment. See, I ain't got a problem with that. I get this, the sarcasm is funny. Moving on. But some people, they gonna make an issue out of everything. I get it. Moving on. It's good for entertainment. I get a good laugh out of that. Next one, to educate. If we follow these things in life, these principles and rules, we won't have these problems that we got stereotyped that we live up to it. What the hell is that about? Come on, the idea that break the curse, break the generational ignorance, break the dumb stuff. We want to keep it going. Oh, that's tradition. No, it ain't. It's dumb. Sorry. Hold on. Let's get to the educate. All right. I love teaching. Why? My best student in life was my son Fahid. He was my, if I want to create something, this is what it's going to look like. That's him. That's why. Why? I had free reign. Nobody, don't tell me a damn thing about my son. Nothing. I ain't take advice from nobody. Didn't want to hear from nobody. This is mine. I'm doing it my way. That's my Frank Sinatra. I did that my way. In the results, I'm more than satisfied. Okay, so as a parent, when you're proud of your product, you did a good job. That's all you can say. That ain't guaranteed. And not because they didn't do or did make you a good or bad parent. None of that's all that is irrelevant. Okay, the bottom line is you get what you get. And I have been an educator ever since my son came into the world. I know I had one goal to get him the things that he needed to have so he can be his best self. My job done. I see my grandsons getting the same treatment. That's tradition. I taught my son how to be his best self, and he did one thing: listen and learn, and did it, and he benefited. Now, if somebody give you advice, you take it, and it don't work out for you, you might have some issues. You might, man, no. Thanks, pops. Thanks. There you go. We good. That's it. Don't owe me nothing. Now, as a master teacher outside of life, I can teach how good. You can only tell how good the teacher or the tree is by what? By the fruit it bears. I got 2 children, and they both doing fine for my personal hands-on tutelage. Individual me having manipulation, having control of them, they did just fine in life. Why? I helped them along the way, and they listened. All I did was advice. They had to do the work, put the work in, and everything I asked of them, they did. What they asked of me, I gave them the truth, and they moved on. I have, after 10 years of teaching my right thinking philosophy, right, I have only, or not only, but I have over 4,000 right thinkers. I'm proud to say. That means somebody listening, ain't a whole bunch, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, maybe not to you. I never forget in the Mac. When my man told the fat man, said, listen, man, I got 10 bros, they give me $100 a day. He said, that's chicken feed. That ain't no money. He said, maybe chicken feed to you, but it's a whole lot of money where I come from. So to have 4,000 people listening to my concept and responding and commenting on how good and respectful it is, I'll take that. I mean, you got. See, I'm not a YouTube viral for non-free. No, I'm just a none brother just doing his thing. And I'm comfortable doing that. I did it on the street. That's how I operate. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. Again, we're talking about educating. Now, again, for every view that I get, it means to me another person that I taught my philosophy to. So that part I look at, I mean, that's all. That's all. And my thing is, I always want to be able to get to more people. That's my job. That's my goal. So yeah, bring a friend, tell a friend, whatever I do. I got called, I get my okay. But my goal is to what? Be here daily to put the show out for those who gonna come here looking for it. If you come here looking for enlightenment, it's the place. You come looking for anything else, you might want to keep going. Why? I ain't giving you nothing but right thing philosophy. That's it. Now, last one, and I appreciate you tuning in. Motivate. I'm a motivator. First of all, I'm self-motivated. I don't need nobody kicking me in the butt. I don't need nobody waking me up. No, I do all that myself. So I'm self-motivated, first of all. And in order for you to be a motivator, you better be self-motivated. You can't motivate somebody. Your own self ain't motivated. That don't make no sense. Where I come from, if somebody was teaching or doing, they doing. They showing you. So all that talking jibber jabber, nah. You got to get involved. I never forget that. And those are guys that I respect. So you're gonna motivate somebody, you gotta show by what? Putting the work in. I'm self-motivated. I'm old school. Okay. When I know what I need to do, I'm going to do just that. Okay. I never forget. I wrestled in high school. We were the state champs. All right. They had a weight class opening. I'm playing basketball. Fell out with the coach. So I went to the wrestling team. We hadn't won nothing, so I'm gonna be with some winners. I got a chance. And the first day of practice, I had the basketball game Friday night. I never forget. The guy with the wrestling coach was our security guard. We went in Passaic. I never forget racist town. So we had my man, he was a big bass principal, Mr. Waters. All right. So after the game, he said, "You want you were the winner?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You want to wrestle?" "Yeah." "What the hell?" He said, "Okay, see me in the morning at 6 o'clock." Okay. Went on. Got next morning. I'm going to wrestle. I got there. Everybody was there. I'm the new guy, but everybody know me. I'm walking back, quarterback. So I got a little reputation. Everybody know me. I know all them. Everybody. So, and the guy who I was going up against, I just met him, so I didn't know him. But okay, that's why I messed again. Okay, whatever. But the deal was, he said, give me 60. Now, we're in the high school gym, in the hall. Saturday morning, nobody's there but us. So we started out jogging, started running. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So I just started out jogging. I thought he meant 60 laps, so I'm counting in my mind. He meant 60 minutes. They ran for an hour. I just got with the movement. I didn't question. I just got with the movement. So again, when in Rome, you do what the Romans. I didn't question. I just did what everybody else was doing. And he went and left. Didn't nobody stop. To a man, nobody stopped. That's why they was winners. I know that too. That's why they practiced. I fell in line. Again, right on with the movement. All right. But I ended up going 15-3 for the season. Did all right for a rookie. But again, I'm old school. Let me know what I need to do, and I will do that. But in life, I know one thing. Failure is not an option that I have that I'll take. I don't offer that option to my son in life. We know one thing. Failing ain't an option that we ever gonna take. Like the Spartans. We know what makes the Spartans. We don't retreat. We don't surrender. He said, that's the death sin. He said, no better honor than dying, fighting for your country. My man said, you're a madman. He said, yeah, you a bitch. If you're a warrior, you go down fighting. That's the best way to go. But that was his concept. Motivation. And he's the best. You got a leader like that, that's motivation for your ass, okay? He was a wise guy to the end. My man said, you might want to bow to me. He said, slaying on them guys all day, make a little crab in my leg. Bending gonna be a little hard. I love that guy. But that's the motivated leader that you want, who ain't backing down. If you got a guy like that, yeah, we going to the end. Why? If he going down, I'm going down with him. with that guy. All right. But to motivate or to be able to motivate someone else, you better be motivated yourself first and foremost. The best part of being enlightened, inspired, educated is that it motivates you to what? To do. In that order. And that's how it should work out. And I just found out inspiration is motivation. So they pretty much go together. I just separate them for the point to put education between that, because you got to learn and then you do. Okay? So motivate at the end. Motivate is actually what? Doing what you learned and putting in the what? Putting it to use when? In your daily life. Maya teaches you whatever you learn and implement it in your daily life. I pray, I meditate, I exercise, I learn, I teach. Those are things that I hold myself accountable to do every day. Every day. So don't question, don't worry about what I do or how I do. I'm just letting you know you can do whatever you want to do if you put the work in. You find time to get what you want done. If you know that. So my thing is, my priorities look different than somebody else's. That's all. I live up to mine. Holding myself accountable to do those things I need to do. What? To keep me sharp and being able to enlighten you. Let me wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Those who do. Life should be what? Motivation. Every day, that thing come up in the sky. I'm up every day before him. Why? I beat him up. Okay, that's my thing personally. But you should be ready and motivated. Why? For yourself. But life should motivate you. And if it don't, okay. No, if life should motivate you, but if not, practice right thing philosophy. It will. Trust me. That's what gets me up every day to do what I do for you. Practice it, implement it. You can do it too. In closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. 100 minus a day. So I'm never let my right thinkers who now understand the principles and tenets of right thinking philosophy. If you implement it, don't worry about passing away right, because you'll be able to pass Judgment Day. Living the right way.